This is Cronkite News.
Good afternoon and welcome to this Cronkite News Noon Update. I'm Lauren Klenda. Electric companies across the state say they're prepared for you to run your AC through the hottest days of summer, thanks to their energy reserves. APS says they expect their demand to be around 6,900 megawatts, leaving about 2,000 in reserves. Tucson Electric Power says they'll need about 2,200 megawatts, while they'll have about 2,500 total in reserve. Commission Chairman Susan Bitter says even with the heat and weather challenges, Customs should feel confident utility companies will be prepared. Lawmakers were hoping to have federally owned land handed over for state control, but Governor DUCEY vetoed the bill that would do this. Instead, he signed a bill that creates a committee to look into the transfer of land to the state, allowing more time for research before the state takes on the commitment. This would include forests, wildlife refuges, and national monuments. Former Governor Jan Brewer vetoed similar legislation back in 2012. Governor DUCEY also vetoed a bill that would exempt charter aircraft operators from the state's transaction tax. Even though they don't get the tax break, the governor says he will order the state revenue department to not collect the taxes until new legislation can be enacted next year. DUCEY says he likes the bill, levies the tax, but is concerned about the loss of revenue down the road. The proposal stems from a ruling back in January. The Arizona Court of Appeals ruled helicopter tours and the companies it leased from owed almost $700,000 in transaction privilege taxes on their equipment between 2003 and 2006. The Arizona House is planning another round of upgrades, this time adding showers and multi-purpose rooms, overhauling offices, and replacing the carpet in the House chamber. House spokesperson Stephanie Grisham says she hasn't said how much it will cost because the plans are not finalized, but work completed in December was around $375,000. Arizona is working to have a stronger workforce. One way, have the most educated employees. Cronkite News got exclusive access to an event hosted by the Greater Phoenix Chamber of Commerce called the Premier Leader Series. The series hosted two higher education officials that came together to address exactly what needs to be done to develop the workforce in Arizona and retain talent in our state.
If we're not working to alter educational outcomes of our population, what we can count on is what we have in Arizona right now, which is continuing decline against the national average of the economy.
President Crow says Arizona is in the 80th percentile of per capita GDP, and the only way to meet the national average is through the population's attainment of education. And here's a look at what's coming up tonight at 5. They wanted to become American citizens, but some immigrants are falling victim to fraud, sometimes losing thousands of dollars. We'll introduce you to a family who has been trying to get their green cards for years, but may now face deportation. And as kids start getting back in the pools as the temps warm up, schools are teaching them how to be safe and smart around the water. Find out some helpful swimming lessons to keep in mind this summer. And that does it for this Cronkite News Noon Update. For Arizona's top headlines, head to cronkitenewsonline.com. We'll see you tonight at 5 on Arizona PBS 8 HD.